Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 is a game that is widely hated by fans. However, whether you love it or hate it, you have to admit the level design is really good looking. So in this video, we're building Crisis City, the far future in the game, using Lego bricks. This is a collaboration with Brickstoic along with a few other brand new creators. Links to all their channels down in the description. And here are their profile pics up now. But without further ado, let's get right into this video. So Crisis City. The far lava-filled future that is stuck in eternal flame. Sounds like a great Lego build. So who actually inhabits this future? Well, possibly my favorite character other than Sonic, Silver. He's got psychic and telekinesis powers that allow him to lift objects with his mind and also bend metal. We'll get to that in a minute. Other than Silver, we have Blaze the Cat, who is from an alternate dimension. Sega still hasn't confirmed why she was in the future, as far as I'm aware. Ironically, she does also have fire powers. And for the final character we're going to be putting in this build, Omega. Only problem is the LEGO group has not made characters for any of these guys. Now Omega is a simple fix. All I have to do is create a custom version. I started with a body that made sense for the proportions, a very simple little head, and of course made the arms and legs. On one of the arms I included a claw and on the other a Gatling gun. I am very, very fond of this build. I've gotten a lot of people saying that it's really good. Thank you to those people. I don't know where I was going with this sentence. But overall, it's just an enjoyable character to play around with. The flexibility is great, the posability is on point, and is overall just a nice little piece. Now, for the other two characters, let's address this problem. Silver and Blaze don't exist in minifigure form. I did something that I may regret. I ordered knockoff characters. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of fake minifigures, to be honest, but I didn't really have much of an option. So, what do these characters look like? Let's start with Silver. Yeah! This is gonna be tough to work with. While the overall design is not my personal favorite, Silver here has a very unique head mold, being a lot thinner than a lot of the other Hedgehog Lego variants we've gotten. The printing on the shoes and the arms is very nice. I'm not a huge fan of the back. And the torso is okay. Additionally, the eyes are fully printed, but I do have one question. Where on earth did they put the ears? Like, they're just completely gone. But you know what? Why complain? It's no use. So let's move on to the next character, Blaze the Cat, who already looks much better. This character came out way better than Silver. The printing is great. I love the lavender color, and also has spectacular printing on the face. Now let's move on to the actual build. Feels like I'm kinda taking my time with this one. The first thing I did was I built a leaning tower. No, not like this one! I started by creating a rock foundation surrounded by lava. Conveniently, I also managed to get up to the Lego store to purchase a bunch of these transparent orange cheese slopes. And those parts, they came in really handy. I built up the lava a little bit thicker than the actual rocks to give the impression that it slopes down. Then I created a hole in the center, which is 12 by 12 bricks. From there, I built up the first floor. I wanted to give the impression that it had been seriously burned from one side. So half of it is completely black, while it fades into the lighter shades of gray. Another aspect I captured perfectly was the cracks in the building using some slopes. After the walls of the building were finished, I put in some tiles and decorated it to look like this area where Mephiles the Dark explains to Silver that he needs to go back and destroy Sonic the Hedgehog. And for the final detail on the first floor, I added a burnt flag. The second floor is looking a little less burned, implying that the majority of whatever fiery thing hit the building hit it at the base. This floor has a lot more windows, and I perfectly tiled off the interior. I also wanted to include fragments of glass, so I did that. And then I also included a 1-up kit inside. Towards the front, I also made sure that a corner of the building is missing, giving the impression that something fell on it from above. Third and final floor. Now with the construction, I can't use a simple square base for the outline. I have to actually make my own shape to continue the pattern of a missing corner. I also stuck with the window design and added a roof. Here's where things get interesting though. We have a play feature. Remember when I mentioned that Silver can bend metal? What he does is use his psychic powers to bend the metal underneath him and then lets go of it so that I can spring him into the air. So naturally I had to build this too. By using some red Technic parts, I'm able to create a long beam that is on a tilt due to some Technic pins. After that, I really just struck a hammer at the top. So anytime you press this down, it'll send a minifigure flying. It might go in the wrong direction though. After that, I added a transparent part out on the side where I can put Silver and let him fly. Wow, that actually sounded surprisingly good when I said that. And now we finished up the building, but did you really think I would just leave it like that? No. We have 2 more side builds. Okay, technically this next one is not a side build because it takes up most of the focus. We're going to build a bridge. This bridge is supposed to look like it's falling into lava below and also have wrecked cars, street signs, you know, the whole deal. First thing we're going to want to do is build the pillars. One smaller than the other and using the same lava technique from earlier. I used some snot bricks and some slopes to give a really nice cylindrical design. After that, I set these 2 pillars off to the side to work on the bridge. Using some large plates, I constructed this surface, and then using these profile bricks, I created a neat pattern all around the outside. Thank goodness for that pick-a-brick wall. Here comes the fun bit. No Lego hinge in my collection would give me the ability to create a perfect angle while still giving it the distance I wanted. So it's Technic time. Using some Technic linkers, I was able to create this hinge that is able to wobble around. Connecting them to both the pillars and the bridge, I'm able to create this. A perfectly designed bridge that looks like it's sinking into the lava. The next step was to really just detail the whole top to make it look like it's kind of wrecked. So the paint is starting to fade away. It's implied that it was all tiled at one point, but isn't now. Just a sneaky excuse for me not having tiles. And a wrecked car up at the top of the bridge. Next, I added some rings, because you can't have a Sonic game without rings. And then finally, I constructed this little minion of Iblis, the Iblis monster. And boy oh boy, this thing was a nightmare to design. I spent days working on that. I just could not figure it out. And finally, we come to the little side build, a billboard. However, while I build up this little Lego segment, I'm going to tell you about today's sponsor, Things Never Learned. Maybe you have a novel you're working on, but just can't seem to write it down properly. Or maybe you just simply hate writing, but you need to do it for, well, you know, school and stuff like that. At Things Never Learned, you will learn how to write perfectly well. Additionally, they've just leaked out that they're offering an online summer writing boot camp for all ages. No dull grammar worksheets or assignments that you wish you didn't have to do while the sun was shining. Just great classes that will transform your writing. I've gotten help with my writing from this company, and I can guarantee that they work. So here's what you gotta do. Book an appointment right now and go to thingsneverlearned.co to schedule a time with a tutor. Is that all for the sponsorship? I don't think I have anything else to say. Okay, back to the Lego video. Okay, and now that we've finished up all of these little Lego builds, let's see the whole thing. My mind is absolutely blown with how good this turned out. Leaning towers, falling bridges, and billboards. This whole thing is like a near perfect Lego model. Plenty of detail and looks good from a distance. The one thing I just can't wait for though is official minifigures for like Silver. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this episode. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out a few of the other videos I got on my channel, and of course check out the other creators who did Sonic 06 builds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.